Hey guys, Tina here, the Critical Virgo. Welcome back to another Fragrance Fridays. So today I felt it was only appropriate to do my spring lineup. I see a lot of people doing this kind of video and I've always wanted to do one. So why not, right? It's fun. I'm not gonna go into detail on each of these fragrances because I have quite a bit sitting next to me. There are 18 here that I have in my lineup and it was very hard to just narrow it down to these 18. Trust me, I've added a few, taken them away, but I'm gonna put the names and the timestamps to each of them down below. If you want me to do a full review and I haven't done it already, then just let me know in the comment section down below and I'd be glad to do it for you. So I really don't know where to begin, honestly, so I guess I'll just start from the stuff that's closest to me and work my way back. I'm going to be wearing a lot more Atelier for spring and summer, but one of my new favorites that I've been going to a lot is this Clementine, California. I did a quick unboxing slash mini review earlier. I actually really like to wear this when I'm working out. It's just very uplifting. And one of the best orange fragrances I've ever smelled. It's not like immature or too mature. And it's just very fresh and it puts me in a great mood. So if you haven't already checked that out, you can go to Sephora. It's pretty easy to get your hands on. Another thing that I'm gonna be wearing, I'm gonna count this as one, just because it's such a classic combination. I do wear the vanilla Insensee on its own quite a bit. Hopefully that'll focus for you. But I will also be combining it with the oh so classic stack of orange Sanguine for that orange creamsicle feel. I do love orange Sanguine. I'm not a huge fan of it on its own, to be honest with you. I might be in the minority on that. I really only like it layered with vanilla Insensee because it's just, I don't know, on its own, it's a little weird to me. This is how I feel. I'm also going to be reaching for Sous les Tois de Paris. It is a pretty new addition to my collection. As you'll see, I have a lot of these smaller bottles. I like to buy the smaller ones first, and I kind of see how much I wear them, and that's how I determine if I'm gonna go for the 100 or the 200 ml bottle. This is a gorgeous violet fragrance. I've been on this violet kick lately, if you couldn't already tell, and this is fast becoming one of my favorites. So appropriate for spring because it's just so bright, airy, fresh. This is something that I've honestly never seen anybody talk about before, and it's not like, you know, a niche or designer fragrance. It's like the upscale Bath and Body Works. It's Crabtree and Evelyn. It's the Verbena and Lavender. It's just an eau de toilette, but it's gonna be hard to read the writing. But it's actually one of my favorites, and I came across this when my boyfriend went on a business trip. In one of the hotels he was staying at, they had face soaps, and he brought some home because he thought that I'd really like it, and I felt the eau de toilette. I really do enjoy it. It's just very relaxing, fresh and clean. Like if you're a freshie, then you definitely need to add that one to your collection. Another thing I'll be reaching for is Micallef Azure Crystal Man. This, and I really should because this is not really talked about. I don't know why. It's a gorgeous fragrance, very sexy, and oh my god. I did smell Azure Crystal Woman and I chose to go with the man version just because it was fresher. It's a very sexy scent. So remind me to do a review on that. And you guys know that I do love me some Hendley. I've got Amora. One of the best berry notes I've smelled in a long time. Beautiful. And I haven't really worn this one too much. I'm trying to understand it. I've been holding on to it for the warm months, and even though it's not quite warm yet, I'm gonna be playing around with it in the spring, but might have to just reserve it for the summer. It's one of those TBD things. But I'm excited. It has like this interesting spearmint note in it that, I don't know, at first I was like not really into it, but the more I wore it, I was like, you know what, that's pretty cool. I gotta get my hands on some of that. Ooh. So I don't have the official bottle for this one. I did a split with a friend of mine. Delicious Delights actually turned me onto it. Just so you know, I struggle with Amouage because it's just a very heavy-handed scent, to put it nicely, and it's just not really my style. I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for that, but that's just how I feel. I find it very hard to wear, and yeah, they take a lot of wear time to really understand. And I always, when I wear them, I'm not really confident about it yet. Just putting that out there. So, and I'm always like questioning how other people take in that scent on me. Like, do they have that same kind of reaction that I had when I wore it the first time? I don't know. So I was on the search for something from that house that I could really love. And Delicious Delights was talking about Sunshine. Now I know that this is not like, when people think of Amouage, this is not one of those fragrances that are like in their classic collection. It's very light and airy. I enjoy it a lot. So a friend of mine agreed to split a bottle with me. So I have 50 mils here and I cannot wait to wear this. I tried it on a sample through Lucky Scent and I fell in love. And yeah, we agreed to share some. So you gotta love having fragrant friends who'll do stuff like that with you. I've had this one for a little while. I don't really reach for it very often. I don't know why. This is another one that Delicious Delights actually turned me on to. I got a sample of it and I fell in love with it. It's a Lab on Fire. What We Do in Paris is Secret. And yeah, I have been holding on to this for the warmer months because it's just, I don't know, it's beautiful. It's just not what I would associate with like colder weather. And when I purchased it, it was the middle of winter. So another very similar scent that I picked up. This isn't really talked about all too much either. I got it as a sample in my olfactif box. I do love it. And when I did a search on YouTube, there was only one person talking about it. And it is, I hope I say this right, Tardes by Carner, Barcelona. It's a beautiful, airy fragrance. Very similar to What We Do in Paris is Secret. The only difference really being is the one from Lab on Fire is more gourmand and this is not. So I have them both because sometimes I feel like smelling a little sweeter and sometimes I don't. And I do love heliotrope. Let's see. Now we're getting into Mancera. I'm not going to talk too much about these because you guys have already seen me unbox them or talk about them. We have Choco Violet. I know I keep teasing you guys with it, but it's coming to the US soon. Be patient, Ellen's working on it. If you loved Montal's Chocolate Greedy, then you will most likely really enjoy this, especially if you are into violets. I tried to compare it to the violet note in Sous le Tois de Paris and Chocolate Greedy mixed with sweet vanilla from Montal. That's the best comparison I could give if you wanted to get an idea of what this smells like. You really have to love gourmands to appreciate this one because it is very sweet. Just a heads up. We also got Oud Lemon Mints. Did an unboxing of this. It's got a really cool fizziness to it. I've been dying for some warmer weather to wear this. I know that Brooklyn Fragrance Lover did a full review on that, so you should go check that out because I'm not going to do a full review on this just yet. It'll be probably a little later down the line, if at all. Then we also got Pearl. This one has been making a lot of waves in the fragrance community. It's a gorgeous rose, unisex. A lot of people like it. I love it. Actually, this is one of my most complimented fragrances at the moment. My hairdresser actually fell in love with this as well. So I gave her a nice little decant of that. And today when I went to go get my hair done, she asked me how much it was. So she's thinking about buying it possibly. So that's really exciting because prior to this, she's never smelled a niche fragrance. Okay, so this house is really special to me. This particular fragrance, I've purchased it twice and I love it. I think that this is probably one of the most endearing fragrances from this house. It's Profumum Roma Confetto. So it is a sugared almond and I love this. This is, like I said, my second bottle of this. Oh my God, it is just beautiful. It's so elegant, sweet, charming. I love it. I think that, this is unisex. It is a little on the feminine side, but I think that every woman should own this in their collection if they're into gourmands at all, because it's so pretty. I love it. Now we're gonna get into something that I did a giveaway on. So if you missed out, I'm sorry, but there will be other giveaways in the future. The first one up from there is iloreN. Neroli spelled backwards. It's super duper fresh and it just screams spring and summer. I think anybody who's into like diptyque kind of fragrances would really enjoy this. It's a home run for freshies. And then we also got, let me see, Sine Nomine. I pronounced it wrong the first time. I think I said Sine, but it means without a name. And the apple note on this is just perfection. Love. And you might be wondering what the deal is with the bergamot. I'm actually saving that for the summer because I don't know, it just puts me in a summer mood a little bit more than a spring mood. Might be different for you, but it is very good for spring in case if you do have that. And then we also have the Silk series. I will be layering with the whole Silk series, which I pretty much have, but there is one in particular that I like wearing on its own. It's just absolute perfection. And it's Tulip Silk. They're on the whole Silk series, and my favorite layering combo is coming soon. So don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss that. And I will put all my links to my social media down below. Go check out my website, thecriticalvirgo.com. Till next Friday, guys. Bye.